Are you sick of dealing with the art world's gatekeepers when it comes to AI art? In this video, I'm going to go over some tools that these artists are absolutely going nuts for, and they're AI based. All right, let's go check them out. All right, this first tool came out last week, and it's built into Adobe Lightroom or Adobe Photoshop Lightroom Classic. What it is it is a denoiser, and it's AI based. The way you use this is load your photo in. Well, let's go over something first. I have this photo I took of the moon. It was a lunar shot I did with an extender on an f11 800 millimeter lens. That means I was shooting at night at f22, very small aperture. So it meant I had to shoot at a very high ISO. I shot at 12,800 ISO, and that creates a ton of digital noise. Let's just look in here. If we zoom in to about 200, you can see all the digital noise. And what this does to your image is noise, film grain, noise. They can be creative elements to a photo. But what happens is it softens a photo. It gives the illusion that it's not a sharp photo. And in post, there's only so far you can go in recovering that, because once you start sharpening, you start to bring out more of the digital noise. So it's kind of this never-ending cycle to balance getting rid of the noise, yet getting the sharpest image possible, but not making it creamy and cartoony looking. So if you look in here, you can see that I have a lot of digital noise in there. What we do to use this tool is we go into our develop module in Lightroom, and we go to detail, and we have noise reduction now, denoise. Click on that, and it's going to give you enhance uses AI to improve the image quality. The result will be saved as a new image. Very cool. You can see in the preview, if I slide over it, you can see the before with all the blue and purple, magenta noise and luminance noise. And when I take it off, it goes away. So yeah, very cool. On an image like this, I can go really heavy with it and, wipe it out. So we hit enhance, let it rip. It takes a while. So I'm not sure how this is based, where the model for removing the noise is. I don't know if it's online. It must be online. It must be referencing a model online. And I have an Adobe subscription, so, it has free communication online. All right, so here is our new one. Let's take a look at that. It's amazing. Look at how much noise it removed, especially where the shadow starts to gradiate into the lighter parts. And this is before, you can go in and let's look down here. There was a lot of noise before, and it was soft. Look at that. And I'm looking at this at 200%. You should never be looking at your photos at 200%. But you can see all the noise through here. And, how it just softens the details. And then we go to our revive, and it keeps the details. It doesn't wash it out, doesn't make it look cartoony. But it gets rid of the noise. It's amazing. We've been waiting for a tool like this forever. So hey, there's some AI tool that, some photographer that's complaining about AI taking his job, I bet he's gonna be happy. I know in the forums and everything, people are going nuts over this, on how great it is. Let's look at another one. Here is a photo of my son. We were over in Ireland. This is my youngest son. This is actually 200 feet down in a cave, huge cave where were we? We were near the cliffs of Moher, and we go down into this cave. So not a lot of light. I'm shooting at 12,800 again. I think that's what I have my camera maxed out. I don't allow it to go any higher. I may now that I have this tool. So you look in here, you look at the face, you can see all of this noise, and it almost unrecognizable, the details. You can kind of make out the eyes and stuff, but you see there's a lot of noise, and we're shooting 200 feet beneath the Earth's crust. So let's see what denoise does. I ran this a little earlier so we don't have to wait, because it does take a little bit to chunk. And here we go. Look at this. We've got eyes. It brought the eyes out. Very interesting. It's kept the pores. We can actually see pores in his cheek and on his lip. That is amazing because it took the noise off of that. It knew to keep the pores but remove the noise. That is just phenomenal. Let's look at how noisy that. Incredible. I can't even see the pores. And it knows that pores should be in there. Phenomenal. It's not perfect. This one came out a little creamy, a little cartoony. I mean, slightly, not much. But if I worked with sharpening it now that the noise is out of there, maybe doing a high frequency, low frequency sharpening on this image, I could remove, I could bring back, or I get rid of some of that buttery look. But look at this. Like you can see the pattern of the texture of the cloth over his baseball, the fabric that goes on the bill of the baseball brim. You can see that. That's come back. Let's look at the original. How much of that can we make out? I mean, not much. There's a hint of it here, but there's not much there. But you run this and bam, it knows it's there. It adds a little bit of a chromatic aberration along the edge, but again, this is a huge leap forward, and I guarantee you photographers they're going crazy over this. They are thrilled, and I cranked this up. Probably cranked it up way too much. Probably could have gone half as far and left some of the noise in there, but the tools are just amazing. Just look at that. You can see the raindrops. It knows what noise to take out and what noise not to. There's fabric pattern, texture in there. You can look at this pipe in the back. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It's unbelievable what can be done now. So that's noise reduction. That came out last week. Now, here's another one that you should take a look at. It's in Lightroom again. And this is AI-based selections. This is all based on AI. And, we take it on the chin from these artists. Oh, my God, it's going to take our job. And, it's horrible for the world. And, society will end now because of these AI technology. But here we go. Let's look at this. We want to make a mask, so we want to adjust this. The four of us on my family on top of a mountain in Ireland. So I'm going to go into the masking selection, and I am going to look at people. Let's be real precise, and let's select me. And now it gives me a selection of me cut out of all the other people. I could have selected all of us, but not only that. Now I can make sub-selections. I could do my face. I could do... So, I mean, if I was doing this, I would go to my facial, create a mask. Now I'm doing my clothes. So instead of a fill light, I think I just want to bring up the overall exposure. Bring out more detail in there. And look at that. Perfect. And, I mean, I could bring up the shadows a little bit. That gives me a little bit more fill on the clothes. But look at that. So I've just used AI to make these selections inside of Lightroom, which isn't even layer-based. This isn't a layer-based photo processing app. This is strictly, a flat image, so to say, with procedural elements on top of it. But here, let's turn off our masks and see what it looks like. All right, see, we can turn off my fill light. We can turn off my clothing, and look at how that cut that out. I mean, that used to take forever. Go into Photoshop and separate all these elements. Are you kidding me? And now it gives you all these choices. I mean, it gets to the point too, you can select facial hair, eyebrows, eyes, irises, mouth. This is amazing stuff, and I'm telling you, artists are going nuts over this. They're going bonkers. All right, that's inside of Lightroom, and those are the first two tools I wanted to talk about. All right, so the next tool that I wanted to talk about that's AI-based that artists are loving it's in Photoshop Beta. So you got to be a member of Creative Cloud, and if you have a subscription, you have access to trying out the new beta stuff. And it's the new remove tool, and it's AI based. So I'm going to put this right here. You go under there's spot healing brush, all that's in the same category. Pull down over here and go to the remove tool. Now what you do is you're going to select or paint over what you want to remove. And Adobe's done a lot of remove stuff and, all kinds of cloning and things like that. You can see I just painted over this bar. Let's see what happens. This is calculating. Look at that. So fast, too. This is calculating off of the Creative Cloud 2. So it is going up to the cloud and doing its AI magic on some model and figuring out what is behind whatever we're painting here and how to remove these bars from in front of this owl. Met this guy over in Ireland too last week, so we can kind of go around here, see. And the very cool thing about this is, look at the job it's doing on this. I kind of like taking little small bites at a time and see how it's doing. And it's just, it's doing a phenomenal job of just, something I would have taken forever cloning out. Another thing, if there's something you don't like, you can repaint it and it'll reselect it. So like I thought I kind of saw a pattern in here of where that bar was. So I'm just repainting over it and seeing what it does. The other thing is that I'm finding amazing here is that where the edges, the background to the owl, that is something that's always been tricky for any type of removal tool, is like how does it figure out what the silhouette is? This knows exactly how to do it. It is amazing. And once again, this is a tool that, artists are going bonkers over. They can't wait to get their hands on this because it makes their life simpler. And, that's kind of, what AI is all about. We're the ones embracing this and getting ahead of the curve. But look at this. Within just a couple minutes while I'm talking to you, I've removed a cage from in front of this bird. I can't even tell. Oh, see, now we've got a little error in here. I'm just going to paint over that again and let Adobe know that, hey, that's not how I want it, and that's better. It's crushing, what they think is crushing their careers and just taking away all the fun parts of their life. Well, you show them this tool, which I'm sure they've already seen, and letting us create create quicker and stay in the flow while we're working on these images. And look at that. Let's look at before, after. Are you kidding me? Like, that's amazing. Like, now I can kind of see a pattern in here. I'm gonna just fix that a little bit. I'm turning on and off the background. Look at that. Just bonkers how nice that is. And that's amazing. Nobody would know that this bird wasn't just, flew up to me this far away and said, "Hey, Harry, I'm your bird. I'm your Hagrid." No. Excellent. All right. There's another tool. The artists start giving you a hard time about making stuff in Midjourney. And ask them how that remove tool works. What kind of AI magic's going on there. All right. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Comment below. I love the conversations we're having. Interesting stuff. I hope I wasn't too hard on the anti-AI guys today. It's all in good fun. Yeah, so until the next one, I will see you.